Hey guys, welcome to hell. Takes 3 weeks to get there. At least if you're a Cowboys fan.
We're going to talk about the disappointing 3 weeks so far
Yeah.
and the disappointing Bears game
Disappointing Bears game.
and the horrible decisions that were made.
Just where the Cowboys are at in general. And what their future looks like for this season and also after this season.
Where do we begin?
The thing is, look, we knew we were going to be a mediocre team. And when we did our power rankings before the NFL season, we put us at 15, which was our hopeful ranking for the Cowboys. We knew we weren't going to be good, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But the issue is that, well, one, we look kind of just bad, not just not good. But two, the saving graces of this team, the few that there are what we thought were going to be the biggest issues on this team.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised our run game's actually doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's doing decent. Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, and even with our young offensive line, they're doing enough to block for them to give them, lanes to work through.
Yeah, our offensive line's been pretty decent. I think this game, all around off game for the Cowboys.
Yeah,
but I mean, I think they played the same way they did against the Giants.
Yeah,
they just didn't win this one.
I don't think our offensive line, I think, is the piece that's like exactly where I expect them to be. I didn't expect them to be good, but I thought we have good young talent, so we'll be okay. And yeah, sometimes we have trouble. We just get beat sometimes. There's been a couple miscommunication issues, but for the most part, they're big guys that know what they're doing. There hasn't been any truly terrible games from a single offensive lineman. There's just been one or two bad plays.
And then the most obvious part, the Cowboys secondary defense, probably in general.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I mean, we knew they weren't going to be good.
But I thought they were going to be better than what they were right now.
Yeah. Again, and I guess they still have any issues. We were biggest issues, we don't have any linebackers, and our safeties aren't great either.
I think that's still the same. We just add our cornerbacks to that conversation now too.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was going to take a while. It's going to take a while for Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland to go back to how they were because of their injuries. The injuries they went through.
Yeah.
But
it's not looking good, guys.
Deron Bland's already out with another foot injury. Trayvon Diggs has been getting burnt a lot, and he was the fastest corner, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not the fastest corner, but one of the fastest corners.
Yeah.
And he's just been getting beat recently. He almost hurt himself again against the Bears.
Yeah.
Tackling with his head.
And the cornerback we drafted is also coming off of an ACL injury, which, again, I like Siobhan Rowell Jr. I didn't think it was a bad pick, but it's a pick for the future, definitely.
Yeah, was it that player that we were like, why is he falling so?
Yeah.
Why is he falling so far? But then it turned out because he was injured.
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, yeah, I still thought he was going to get taken a little earlier, but
that's crazy too. Because before this Bears game, Week 1 they played the Eagles.
Yeah.
Another team who hasn't been up to the full potential that team could be.
I mean,
and the Eagles have almost everybody back. Yeah.
On offense, at least.
Yeah, offense. But the Eagles have been struggling.
I mean, they're 3-0 though. You can't. Yeah. Why are we talking about the Eagles? But they haven't felt like a good team when you're watching them play.
Yeah. But I mean, we had no way of knowing that Week 1 when the Cowboys were winning against them.
Yeah.
We had no idea how bad the Cowboys' problems were either.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
they ended up playing real good where we were actually like, oh shoot, if they play like this, the season might actually be pretty fun to watch. And then 2 weeks later, it just turns out the Eagles just aren't as good as they were, or just haven't woke up yet. Because
Yeah.
I mean, it is the beginning of the season. But the Cowboys, their problems definitely showed week 2 against the Giants. It kind of sucks to replace an injured player with another injury-prone player,
Yeah.
and then with the significant injury like Trayvon tearing his ACL, he might not ever come back to the corner he was.
Yeah. But you gotta hope.
I mean, yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
It is possible for him to come be the cornerback he was, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, ACL injury, I don't think anybody goes back to fully how they were before their injury.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, because they weren't even like unique routes or well drawn up plays, at least not in my opinion. It was just receiver beating corner.
It might be the zone too that the Cowboys play, because
Yeah.
I've been hearing that too. The complaints about Cowboys playing too much zone for the other receivers to just run through the defense.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit of that too, and then our corners not being able to keep up with the receivers. I mean, I heard that for the Giants they gave up like 4 big explosive plays, I think.
Yeah.
And then the Bears, I don't know how many explosive plays they let the Bears have.
Yeah.
And some of them were even like pretty good trick plays too, from Caleb Williams and the play calls.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah.
Still bad defense for the most part.
Yeah, I mean they sold the trick play pretty well, but I mean,
Yeah.
they should still defend their players.
Yeah.
And I mean, speaking of trick plays, the Cowboys tried to do a trick play too, which ended up not being a trick play. They just put CeeDee Lamb as running back and thought that was gonna be good.
I don't understand what the idea was there.
Because receivers aren't built like running backs. I mean, unless we're talking about DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Otherwise, anybody else except DK, like CeeDee Lamb, like nothing bad about CeeDee Lamb, but he's not like as big as running back, I don't think.
Yeah.
So for them to give him the ball at running back,
Yeah.
because I thought they were just gonna do that like to fake like a little jet sweep thing.
Yeah.
But no, they gave him the ball. He ended up
losing 2 yards.
Yeah, losing 2 yards and hurting his ankle.
Yeah.
That's like why take him out of his primary position and put him in?
If for no reason, it was like 2nd and 8 or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just wasn't necessary. And and it was just a run, but instead you put CeeDee Lamb back there.
Yeah, that's like the Cowboys putting their running back as center for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go through the Bears game first.
Okay.
Go through it.
The game actually started pretty decent. The Bears got the ball first, and the Cowboys defense were able to hold the Bears to a quick 3-and-out. The Cowboys got the ball. They started to put together what was a pretty potential good drive.
Yeah.
Until Javonte Williams got his pocket stolen.
Yeah, you got his freaking purse snatched.
Got his baby taken away.
You're real.
And I was listening to this game on the radio, right? So when that happened, even the announcers were like, "That's not a fumble, that's a theft."
Yeah, and it was. I mean, you can't let that be happening to you, man.
I mean, that was a pretty smart play by the Bears defender.
Yeah,
but
sure.
You also expect your running back to be holding that ball real tight.
Ball security.
I think that's what really set the tone for that game too, because the Bears got the ball right back and then scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I think in like 3 plays.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they were pretty close too. So
yeah. Well, no, they were at like the 30, but they had like one medium-sized play, another medium-sized play, and then that bomb after Diggs tripped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that was about the time when the Cowboys got the ball back. They couldn't score a touchdown, so it was up to Brandon Aubrey again.
Yeah, I drove down the field, then stopped at around 40-something. Kicked the field goal. Aubrey's still been good. He's doing good.
He's been kicking more 50-yarders than almost every other kicker, or
Yeah.
more than every kicker.
Yeah, something like that.
Cowboys are just real lucky to have Aubrey at this point.
Definitely. Trade him away for a first round pick. We'll get to that. Yeah, we drive that field, get a field goal. The Bears get the ball back. Another 5-play drive that ends when they do their little trick play you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Their little flea flicker. It was cute. But we just got straight up beat. Drove down the field again. The Cowboys did, got another field goal. Then we stopped them again. I think they got 2 first downs on that drive. And they punted it away. Drove down the field.
Mm-hmm. And then put together what looked like another turning point of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Which ended up being a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then they called for a 2-point conversion to tie the game.
I liked the call.
I did too. And then I was like, man, maybe they should just kick the field goal because they're going to score again.
Right.
But I was wrong, so I'm glad they did the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
But they converted, and they tied it 14-14. And then everything went downhill from there after halftime.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say the Cowboys never saw the other end of the field again, but, I mean, that's not true.
No, because they threw a pick in the end zone.
Yeah.
And then
Dak's first pick, though, was not on Dak at all.
No, I mean, it hit Pickens straight in the hands, and he popped it up like a volleyball. And it went to the guy. He should have caught that. He catches that. That's a first down plus, at least 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Pickens has to catch that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the touchdown that set up the 2-point conversion, Pickens had made a pretty nice one-handed catch for that touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was that was the easiest catch for Pickens to make.
By the numbers, Dak, especially after the first half, was much more efficient than Caleb Williams. He had better completion percentage, not a better yards per attempt, obviously. He had better completion percentage, a better accuracy, because Caleb Williams missed a bunch of easy throws too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this is the thing we sort of talked about on the podcast is Jake Ferguson. I didn't even look at that one because I forgot that's something I want to say. But this is sort of the thing we were talking about on the podcast is Ferguson had freaking 14 targets and 13 catches.
Yeah.
Because he's Dak's safety net. He's Dak's check down option most of the time. He's his short 5-yard option, and it's the thing we say where Dak doesn't have his first receiver, he goes to the short guy, goes to the short route, which
let's just say Ferguson was used a lot this game.
It's frustrating, and he's been used. That's why I always say get the Dallas tight ends in fantasy. When it's you can't go wrong with them because Dak just throws to them.
Mm-hmm.
He's scared to throw more than 10 yards downfield, and it's I don't know. It's
quickly going back to old Dak.
Yeah.
But again, too, that's whenever CeeDee Lamb was out, and even the announcers or the broadcasters were saying that CeeDee Lamb's usually the receiver for the Cowboys' explosive plays.
Sure,
but Pickens is capable of that too.
Yeah, I mean he did that a ton in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
that was the reason people were like, this guy is still actually a good receiver because he would do that. He would go get him.
Yeah, that interception was unfortunate, but I mean, still have trust in him. That guy is receiver number 2, but at that point, he's receiver 1 now.
Yeah. After the halftime, the offense either was stagnant. There was that pick, and both the picks came on actual good drives. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Before the pick off of Pickens, his hand. We were putting together a nice little drive, and then obviously that was like in the last 5 minutes, but picking the end zone, that was a bad pass. Straight up.
That was just a frustrating game.
Definitely. I mean, but it's been it's how
It's
it's
like
been as a Cowboys fan. See, look, that's the thing. I was before the season. I was like, as being a Cowboys fan, I was like, look, maybe we'll be a little better. I think we'll be a little better than some people are saying. I think our offense
yeah.
is gonna be okay. Put us at 15 in the power rankings. After week one, if you remember,
Mm-hmm.
the thing I said, I had fun watching Cowboys game for the first time in like 3 years.
And we lost.
But
Yeah,
I don't
it's the
know.
same thing too. Like whenever we won against the Giants,
Mm-hmm.
I said I wasn't satisfied with that win, especially with how the team played.
Definitely, yeah.
Everybody I know who are Cowboy fans are like, oh, but a win's a win. And I was like, well, yeah, but if we were going against, like, if that was a game against the Eagles, then I'd be pretty satisfied because the Eagles were a good team.
Yeah.
Because of last season, they won the Super Bowl.
You can't just be.
But if they went that close against the Giants,
Yeah.
who are still rebuilding,
You can't just.
that's a problem.
A win's a win. It's like, yeah. I mean, easily the best game we played all season is still the all season. It's been three games, but this is week one against the Eagles. And maybe you can say our offense had a better week two performance, but against a substantially worse defense. And then against a mediocre defense in the Bears, we collapsed in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because the first 2 weeks were divisional matchups, but there was no energy anywhere
For the Bears.
Against the
Okay.
Bears.
It also looked like too, after week one, the team, even though they were playing the Eagles, they looked real confident.
Yeah.
Week two, they were still pretty confident, but then that ended up being like a real high scoring game for both teams.
Yeah.
And then this game against the Bears, they didn't look that confident.
No, they looked
Like they know,
sad.
yeah, like they know what their problem is, but they still didn't play.
I don't know what like week one against the Eagles. Again, I guess because it's a division matchup, but everyone had a chip on their shoulder,
Yeah,
and they were ready to go out there and play some football. And again, I think our defense played well. We limited Saquon Barkley. Obviously, he still had a decent amount of yards, but that's because he's Saquon Barkley. Their passing attempt wasn't great. Jalen Hurts had his way on the scrambling on the ground. And I attribute that to us not having any good linebackers. But our offense was playing like they played with pride in week one. Week two, our offense still played with pride. They looked like they were having fun and they really wanted to win the game.
The home opener too.
Didn't.
Yeah, it was the home opener too. So I mean,
opener.
they'd have to want to win.
Yeah. But in that game, I mean, our defense looked bad. I mean, we were just getting beat over the top, and they looked tired for no reason. It's not like they were on the field that long. They just threw an 80-yard pop-up. So, and then that transferred to the offense in week three. Even during the first half, they just didn't look as inspired. It just felt less like didn't feel like they were having fun playing football, which is the thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, this is still like considered. Well, it's week three. It's still
early
considered.
season.
Yeah, it's still considered. Let's see what the team's capable of.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said last time, I said that. I mean, you expect your team to fully know exactly what they're capable of and all that.
Yeah.
Even though that's technically not true, but I mean, you'd still expect your team to go out there and try to win, but no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that kind of sucks too. Week one looked real promising for the season.
Yeah.
Week two, a little shaky, kind of like,
Yeah.
this is definitely what we gotta look for. Week three looked like they almost completely gave up.
Yeah, I mean, we look like um bottom 5 team in the league right now. I feel like the Browns have been playing better than us. Without Joe Burrow, the Bengals are probably worse than us. Um, obviously the Panthers and the Colts aren't actually bad teams. Apparently, I mean the Panthers are, but yeah, we're like a bottom 5 team in the league right now from what I saw from week 3.
Yeah, and I said it too about the Bears. Even though the Bears weren't necessarily a good team, I thought Caleb Williams was improving.
Yeah,
But as a team, I didn't think the Bears were kind of there yet. But the Cowboys made the Bears look like they were like
a good team.
yeah,
Like,
they were a
like
good
a
team.
top 10 team. That's the thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure like, we had the Bears in the same vicinity as us.
Yeah.
That's why I thought this is a decent chance. This is actually a good game, but their Bears defense hadn't looked as good as I thought it would this season, through the first 2 games, and the offense wasn't doing as much as I thought. But I was ready, but maybe this is a one-off just because the Cowboys suck. But we'll see. But I was ready that I felt like the Bears are going to find their offensive stride eventually this season with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams and their offensive weapons. So I thought that there was a chance this would be a good game, but it wasn't. We got blown out. I thought the Bears are gonna be a decent team.
Just that the Cowboys would be the better decent team too, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I thought we were both mediocre to decent teams. And okay, this game will show which one's the team that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
But what it showed is we're a lot worse. And doesn't necessarily even show that the Bears are good. Because the Giants' offense obviously isn't that good. But we did what we were supposed to do against their defense. And we didn't even do that against the Bears. Our offense, that was my prediction. I thought, okay, our defense isn't going to be great. Maybe because what our cornerbacks did do well is get turnovers. So maybe our defense can manage a couple turnovers, and that'll be what they're good at, even though they won't stop drives consistently. But our offense is going to be good. I thought Dak, Lamb, Pickens, Ferguson, Turpin, and Tolbert have been doing good. Williams is doing better than we still thought we weren't going to have that good of a run game. Williams and Sanders too, but mostly Williams has been doing much better than I expected.
Yeah, man. Williams is real fun to watch right now. Yeah. I like seeing a running back who's actually a powerful runner.
Yeah, he just takes it to
you.
He
ran, but there was a play where he was supposed to be down after gaining 1 yard and ended up gaining like 5 or 6.
Yeah, he just takes it to you. He pushes through, and he's fun to watch right now. Which again, I feel like is why we should try Jaden Blue at the number 2 spot, because the running back tandem always works best when your tandem is one strong guy and one fast guy. Yeah. Miles Sanders is sort of just an average guy. I mean, he got chased down by that linebacker in the Eagles game, and he doesn't really push through tackles. He's just a decent running back. No hate to Miles Sanders, but I want to see that power of Williams just being able to carry a guy for 4 or 5 yards, added with if Jaden Blue sees open field, he's gone.
Yeah, it's much like how they use Elliott and Pollard.
Yeah,
I loved how they were used.
Yeah, it was at least effective.
Yeah,
I mean, I think, because with Elliott, he was good in the end when that was happening. Elliott was good in the red zone, but he couldn't do too much on the other parts of the field.
Yeah, he was already.
But Williams is being efficient in other parts of the field, so I think he'd be even better here. But obviously, I mean, the coaches don't think Blues to that level.
I mean, they also think CD's a running back, so
yeah.
That was just a stupid play too. There was nothing that made it look like a trick play. It was just.
Also, we haven't been using Lipke. We signed him before the season. We haven't. I don't know if he's carried the ball once. I think he's carried the ball like 3 times. We haven't been using Lipke at all, our fullback.
Another guy they signed and haven't used.
Yeah.
What's his name? Jadeveon Clowney?
Yeah, but I mean, he hasn't had a chance to play in a game.
Yeah. I think if anything, because I mean, I only saw that he got arrested, so I didn't see if he's like.
No, it's not like he got freaking. It's not like he got arrested for, a trillion mile an hour or drug crimes. He just was uncooperative after he parked in the wrong spot. Which is stupid. It's but it's at least less stupid.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, I think I'd fully expect him to be playing here this week.
Yeah.
When the Cowboys go against the Packers, and I said too. I said if the problems are still there with Chicago, Jordan Love's gonna have a field day with the Cowboys defense.
But they had a bad week.
Yeah, they had a bad week too, which is also why they do not want to repeat that. They're gonna come out even stronger than last week, obviously. But
yeah.
But if the Cowboys couldn't stop the Bears' offense, I think Green Bay's probably gonna have an easy game.
I think so, but like, look at me. No, again, it's the same thing. I feel the same. I felt the same watching this game as I had the last couple seasons. Even when we win games, even when we blow teams out, it just doesn't look like the team's having fun, dude. I feel like as a fan, I feel like Dallas Cowboys have the least fun in football, in baseball, in football. Like, you come here and it is just a job. They don't look like they're having fun. They don't look like there's any friends on the team. And again, I don't know if I don't think I've ever said this on the podcast, but like, sometimes it does seem that way. And the times where I've seen it, I feel the most is like when Dak's been injured and Cooper Rush was in the game.
Oh yeah.
It felt like the team actually was having, like, there was an energy. I use that term too much, but it's because it's hard to explain, but you can feel it when the team has that energy. And
maybe because that quarterback doesn't just look at one target. Because I mean, the Cowboys have 2 really good receivers, and then they got decent receivers after them.
Mm-hmm.
They're still capable of catching the ball. So why not look their way and give them a chance to catch it?
No, for real. That's the thing. Like, that's why.
I mean, they're receivers for a reason, not running backs.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of praised the play calling week 1 because I was like, this is actually different.
It felt like they were trying stuff.
I do like how they're trying to change it up, but weeks 2 and 3 looked like they went back to the old McCarthy play calls.
Yeah, no, it did, and it's the thing. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like they're trying to play it safe, but they're playing it too safe.
But that's the thing. That's like, but it's felt like that. It felt like that with McCarthy, and in my opinion, it felt like that with Kellen Moore. It felt like that with the guy before him. I think it's a Dak issue. I think it is. He just, every season he chooses his favorite player and decides to throw to him or to the tight end or the running back out of the backfield. Like, there was that year, like 3-4 years ago, where it was Noah Brown for whatever reason, our wide receiver 3. Yeah. And then we ended up getting rid of Amari Cooper because he wasn't Dak's favorite receiver that season. He decided to force with Noah Brown for some reason. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know.
No, I mean, I've said it before. I talk down on Dak a lot because prior to week 1, I did not like how Dak played, especially after he got injured and he was scared to run. And I was like, because I said it last week too. I feel like Dak's underrated part to Dak's game is whenever Dak's able to roll out or scramble.
Yeah.
Because I think he's pretty underrated when he's on his feet. But because of his injury, he limits himself to having to throw it.
Yeah.
So that just results in him checking it down to Ferguson, which is real frustrating because he'll throw it and Ferguson's on the
3 yards away.
Yeah, or he's like where he can't even get any yards. So it's kind of like, why'd you even throw it? You should have just threw it away
To completion, and that's the thing. Excuse me. That's the thing. Like, I always see, like, oh, if you look at the numbers, Dak's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league, actually. He's actually got one of the better completion percentages in the last 3 years. Yeah, because he throws 2 yards downfield. Like, we rarely ever throw it deep, dude. And that's the thing. In week 1, I feel like we did a couple times. We hit at least past 10 yards 4 times.
Yeah, and then I'll still give Dak his flowers. And those throws, maybe a few years ago, would be inaccurate, too far ahead, too short. But the deep throws that Dak has made so far this season have been right there for the receivers to catch.
Yeah,
and that's when I was starting to be like, okay, I'm starting to like Dak again, at least because his passes are a little more accurate.
But
and I know it's harder than it looks to throw an accurate deep ball.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's a quarterback. Yeah. He's been doing this his whole life.
Yeah,
kind of. So I mean, you expect your quarterback to be at least a little accurate.
Yeah, but
even the years when he was throwing it like 5 yards, it resulted in a whole lot of interceptions because he would overthrow his receivers.
Yeah.
He'd underthrow. He'd throw behind the receiver's back, and teams would get easy interceptions from Dak.
Yeah.
But I feel like he only has those 2 interceptions, right?
No, he had
one against the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even those even like those 2, the first 2 interceptions against the Giants and the first one against the Bears were not Dak's fault.
First one against
the second one against the Bears was Dak's fault.
Here's the thing. That one against the Giants.
Oh wait, yeah, the Giants. I think the
one
Giants
against the Giants. Now here's the thing. It wasn't a good play by Dak, certainly, but it wasn't Dak's fault. Like, it wasn't truly awful, because the play that they had called was just completely combated by the Giants defense. Giants defense made a good defensive play call there. They had the high safety, who you said, oh, he was double covered even though he wasn't initially.
Yeah.
It does highlight an issue I have with Dak, but they had that high safety there, and both Lamb and Pickens were running cross route, cross field. They were on the right side of Dak, were running across, and Lamb was first, and then Pickens was behind him. And obviously Abdul Carter was giving him pressure. So Dak's seeing down the middle of the field because he didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And you see the high safety, you have Lamb and you have Pickens. If you throw to Lamb, then the issue is Lamb is way better covered by the guy covering him. So, and that's who got the pick. It was just the guy that was on man coverage on Lamb. He was all over Lamb. Pickens had a good 2 feet of separation, I'd say. But the high safety had a much better chance at either hitting Pickens immediately as soon as he caught it, knocking it out, or getting that pick himself. So, it was kind of a lose-lose situation for that, because I had to take the sack or those 2 guys. Who would have been his check down, which obviously is what he criticized him, but Ferguson ran a beautiful route and lost the linebacker that was covering him, and he was at like 3 yard or 2 of separation. And if Dak had time, and if he actually worked through his progressions, then Ferguson definitely would have been that guy he hit, but he didn't have any time, so he went to his first option. But Lamb was covered all the way. I would have rather he thrown to Pickens. And
that's what I said.
I would have felt a lot better about it.
That's what I said too. I thought Pickens was wide open. because I mean, even when they showed the replay, I saw those two guys on CD. I saw Pickens behind them, pretty open, and I was like, oh, just throw the Pickens.
But no, it's because 2 guys were on CD, but 2 guys were also on Pickens. Because it was a safety that was behind both of them.
Yeah.
He ran over to get CD. But honestly, he had a better angle. Again, he either would have hit Pickens immediately, stopped him from catching it, or got in the pick himself if he made a good enough play.
Yeah.
But I think either way, Pickens was a better option because Lamb was covered by his guy.
Yeah, that's also what brought us to say, hopefully Dak's not back to his old self where he's forcing
Stuff to
non-catchable non-catchable passes.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the point I was trying to say was because I meant the first game too where the passes were there, CD just couldn't catch it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I think
obviously.
I think much like the Pickens interception, if it hits the receiver's hands, they definitely can catch it. So if it's
real deep analysis.
Yeah, if it touches your hands, you have to catch
AWS.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Some people are like, quarterback had like 3 interceptions. This quarterback sucks.
Yeah.
But like if you see those interceptions and if it touches the receiver,
yeah,
like those drop passes from CD, it hit CD's hands. The first 2 drops, CD popped it up, and Dak was just lucky enough that the Eagles. Or CD was lucky enough that the Eagles didn't catch it after that.
Yeah.
After the the tip.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if those ended up being interceptions, those aren't on Dak. Those are our receivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the second one against the Bears is kind of like a, why'd you throw that?
Yeah, he's just like, well, this is either going to be a touchdown or an interception. And it was really like a 90% chance to be an interception and a 10% chance to be a touchdown.
Yeah, and they were like on the 2nd yard line, so I was like, how come they didn't just give it to Williams?
For real?
They were saying that Matt Eberflus has to go.
I mean, he hasn't, I don't think he's called good games.
Yeah, I actually don't think he has either, but I mean, I'm going to go back to everyone's injured. Almost everybody's injured too, so it's kind of hard for the players to move the way they used to move.
Yeah.
But like the Eagles game, I felt like that was a pretty good defensive calling game.
Yeah.
And those blitzes, those back-to-back blitzes that Jalen and the Eagles weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Those were pretty good plays too. So that's why I'm like,
it was a good play call. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
So that's why now I'm like, it's like they're going back to the old Cowboys, not just the offense.
Yeah. Yeah, like they're not confident.
Yeah.
Playing the sport when you have one of the highest paid quarterbacks, one of the highest paid receivers, one of the best wide receiver 2s, and on the defensive side of the ball, you got Kenny Clark, Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland. Bland's been injured and Diggs is coming off an injury. That's the thing. That's the thing. You're right. If the defense has some excuses, but at the same time, if you want to get into it,
they're more than capable of making a good play.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's also holes in our defense that are just holes because we haven't got anybody to fill them.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the Cowboys too. The teams that they're supposed to beat are either a struggle for them or they just lose to them completely.
Yeah.
And the teams that the Cowboys are supposed to get blown out by, those end up being real close games too, and sometimes the Cowboys end up winning those too.
Yeah.
Which is... Cowboys are so inconsistent at times.
Frustrating. It's frustrating.
But that's being a Cowboys fan, and I'm still always going to be a Cowboys fan.
Well, let's talk about it. What do you see for the future of this team? This season, I guess let's start with this season.
This season? I kind of forgot what the rest of the schedule looks like, but I know they got some pretty
we play some good
games.
Teams, but we have some bad teams too.
I know they play the Panthers in one of the weeks.
Yeah, well, we play the whole NFC North. That's why
I know.
just play the Bears.
I don't know if the Cowboys
Packers.
play like how they did today. The Thanksgiving game and the Christmas game are gonna be horrible to watch. Those might actually ruin the holiday if you're like a real big Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Um. There's another good game that. Oh, the Chargers before Christmas, because the Chargers look like a pretty good team right now too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess any team that's capable of throwing it down the field easily. I mean, Wilson had trouble doing it, but against the Cowboys, they said it's like Wilson turned into 2013 Wilson.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, like I said, is gonna have a field day.
Probably.
Justin Herbert. They go against the Broncos too, right?
Yeah. The AFC West and the NFC North.
Yeah, I think
the NFC East.
I think the Broncos are gonna beat the Cowboys. It's like I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously this season could go either way. The Cowboys could pick it up middle of the season, or they just continue to play like how they always have. But as of right now, I think those games are losses.
I think on the defense side of the ball, if the play calling improves, then I think the defense can be better. Can they be good? I don't know. Maybe if their cornerbacks return to form, then we can be decent, not good. But our play calling needs to improve either way. I think our play calling was truly terrible in that Bears game. On the offensive side of the ball, I still think we have the capacity to be a top 3 offense, even without Lamb. But Dak has to be confident in himself and his receivers. He has to throw more than 10 yards downfield at least 10 times a game. Instead of just hitting Ferguson. 13 catches for your tight end and however many yards in total.
Yeah.
He had 82 yards on 13 catches. Well, sure, but hit the receiver who can get 50 in one catch.
Yeah.
Because he's actually running downfield. It's so frustrating, dude.
I would really like to see the Cowboys start the game like they're already down by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's when Dak actually, and that's when we score freaking points, is when we are down by freaking 40 and Dak decides, hey, I don't want to lose this game.
Let's wait till the 2 minute warning.
Why when Dak's had wow, did you see that fourth quarter comeback from Dak? Because he actually threw the ball freaking downfield. It's the same defensive players. They're playing just as good, especially after we score the first touchdown in the comeback attempt. We can beat those defenses. We just choose to throw it to freaking Ferguson or whoever the tight end is, or whoever the freaking short passes to freaking screen pass with one blocker. What are we doing? My hand's off screen.
That's what sucks, man. The Cowboys start turning it on too late, way too late in the game.
Well, because that's again that I guess Dak has to be desperate.
Yeah.
To even attempt those passes.
But that's the thing too. Like, they know. I mean, obviously the Cowboys know their defense is pretty bad.
Yeah.
So why hasn't the play calling changed to where they have to score the first touchdown, not the first field goal, the first touchdown? Because if the defense really can't stop any teams, Cowboys are gonna have to strike first and be in the driver's seat the whole game.
Yeah, that's the thing. The offensive play calling has to be, but again, I don't think it's necessarily the play calling, because through 4 different offensive coordinators, I've had the same complaint. Stop hitting the check down. Stop hitting the tight end for 4 yards. Might as well just run the ball if you're doing that. Throw it downfield. So I don't necessarily think it's a play calling thing on offense. We've had great receivers. Last year we had CD Lamb, Brandon Cooks. I thought that was a good duo too. I think Cooks, again, had to consistently be one of the wide receiver twos. Yeah. He was older. Fine, maybe.
But he still did decent that season too.
Yeah, before that when he didn't want to use Amari Cooper, he just decided not to use Amari Cooper. That's frustrating.
Like I've always been saying, they should have got rid of Dak a long time ago.
Yeah, definitely. Or again, like 3 years ago at least, you draft a QB in the first 2 rounds and say, "Hey, Dak, play hard or get replaced, dude."
That's what happened to Aaron Rodgers, and he was still in Green Bay when they got Jordan Love. And Aaron Rodgers was after that. I think that was the season that he led in passing yards or something.
Yeah. Like, it's so pathetic, dude. I don't like what. How do you beat Dak so much?
Like I would have
for nothing.
I would
He's
have actually
done
preferred
nothing.
him. I actually would have preferred a quarterback to be picked this draft, but I don't think this was the draft for quarterbacks anyway.
Next draft isn't either.
Yeah. But I mean, even like what you said, that the team looks happier when the backup's in.
Yeah.
Joe Milton put in had a pretty good
drive.
Yeah, pretty good drive. They almost
up
scored.
into his pick.
Yeah. I mean, they almost scored too, but Joe Milton threw like a pretty
But you
bad
know
pass.
what I did like to see? And again, obviously Dak got injured and he was more like this before his injury, but we still need to win football games. So I don't care what your excuse is. He was moving around in the backfield. Even if he was planning a run downfield, he was moving around in the backfield, positioning himself, always ready to run. Dak has had a hard time doing that, especially the last 2-3 years.
I mean, again, I know we keep talking about the Eagles game, but that was the only good, solid win. I mean, solid loss that the Cowboys played.
Yeah.
Good, solid game overall, I think.
Yeah.
But like you saw it against the Eagles, there were like I think a handful of plays that Dak should have been sacked for like a loss of 5 yards.
Yeah.
But Dak was able to not get tackled,
He's a big dude.
avoid the sack, roll out, and then hit CD for a good play.
Yeah. Or even in the Giants game, he did have that run up the middle for like 15-ish yards that set Brandon Aubrey up for a field goal.
Yeah. And that's what I'm. Dak's underrated on that part. I'll give him that.
But he doesn't do that. The thing is, he doesn't use his tools. Because I feel like when he does throw downfield, it's usually pretty. When he does throw downfield, half the time it's pass interference or a well caught ball. Like, what's he doing? What is he? Because that's why he has the number of like crazy fourth quarter comebacks he does. Because he can make those passes. He just chooses not to. And again, you can say because of his injury, but yeah, he has the capacity to scramble, capacity to run. He has the capacity. I feel like he's one of the best, like straight tackle shredders at QB. Like he shakes guys off because he's a bigger guy. He can shake tackles off, and he doesn't use that.
He could be like how Josh Allen runs.
Yeah, exactly. He just doesn't use those tools for whatever reason. He's too scared to go for it.
Yeah, man.
It's so frustrating.
And it's weird too because as Cowboy fans, or at least I'm like this. I know some other Cowboy fans are like, "Oh, you can't think like that. We're gonna win the Super Bowl this year."
Stupid.
But yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, but you see the team we got. So at least be the fan that's like, I'm still gonna be a fan, but I know they're not as good as I think they are, or they could be.
Yeah.
I think it's true. The Cowboys actually truly need a general manager.
Yeah.
It can't just all be on Jerry Jones. That's why I feel like cause some of the moves that happened, you're like, how come we didn't get more for this?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some of the like especially this Micah Parsons move, I feel like he was put on I felt like they chose the Packers for a reason. For like maybe because that game was gonna be the game where everyone's like, oh well, Micah Parsons was on the Cowboys, now he's on Green Bay. So
you think so?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I mean,
I don't subscribe to that idea that he does it for the views and for the money. I don't subscribe to that idea, but I do subscribe to the idea that he just
that he'll milk the situation.
No, I mean no, not even. I think that he just isn't willing to give up power or control the team in any way. And so it's his vision, and it's been his vision since he's owned the team. And when a head coach that tried to have more power in Jimmy Johnson, even though he just won the Super Bowl, he didn't like someone challenging his authority / power, and so out he goes. That's why we have a bunch of spineless head coaches all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we had Jason Garrett for so long. Jason Garrett was a freaking cracker that wasn't meant to be a racer, like a plain old saltine cracker. He was a nothing of a head coach because he just did what Jerry wanted.
Yeah.
I subscribe to that idea. And McCarthy was the same way. He came in and he wanted to keep coaching NFL. So and they're like, "Whoa, look, it's a Super Bowl head coach. What do you mean? He's a good head coach." He's kind of the same way in Green Bay. That's why Aaron Rodgers had so much control over there. Because even when McCarthy was over there, Aaron Rodgers was the one calling the football game. And so he like actively looks for spineless head coaches, that's why we haven't had a good head coach since freaking Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, and I mean, I obviously think that too, but I mean, I really do also feel like that it's also because Jerry Jones wants the Cowboys to be talked about. Everybody has to look at the Cowboys, so that's why that's why I think that he does this on purpose. Like the players that want to get paid, he's like I think was it with CeeDee Lamb, where CeeDee Lamb wanted to get paid, and he was like, "We're gonna hold off on that," and everyone's like, "Whoa, how come you're not paying your receiver?" And then it ends up getting longer, and then they sign him for more. They sign him for more than what he was originally supposed to be signed for, which also like sets up they're not able to make the moves that they want to.
I don't think it's because he wants views. I think it's because he's still set in the old ways of how it worked in the 80s, 90s, where the team just generally had more control, more power than the players. And it's sort of the same thing. It's like he wants the power. He wants to be the powerful one in the dynamic. And so he tries to bully the players some. He tries to be like, "You're still under contract. Keep playing until the contract's done." Which is just not the state of what contract negotiations are. And it gets views or whatever because it does. But I don't think he's actively looking for that. I genuinely don't. I don't think he's malicious in that way. I think Jerry Jones in Jerry Jones' dream world, he doesn't care about that anywhere near as much as he cares about winning football games. He just hasn't evolved with the game in a way that lets us do that.
Yeah.
I think it's genuinely like he's done. He's not done. He's old. I think his tactics and how, not necessarily the football side, but like his contract negotiation tactics are stuff that used to work in the 80s and 90s and kind of the early 2000s. It's just not that world anymore. And eventually there's someone who's just like, "Hey, Jerry, this is literally unsalvageable. You got to do something else." And then by then it's too late. And so either he pays more than he was supposed to, or we get less for Parsons than we could have. And then he does make some dumb decisions too. I don't know why we've paid back so much.
Ultimately, Jerry Jones is getting in his own way of the team being successful.
Absolutely. And again, I don't think it's of malicious from Jerry Jones. I think it's just of ego / old age.
Yeah, because at least every older Cowboy fan that I know, they're like,
they love Jerry Jones.
Well, no, they don't love him. I mean, they're just like, I just hear the same thing. Like they're like, "Oh, he made the Cowboys $1 billion team, but he needs to let the coaches be coaches," because that's what I hear.
Yeah.
And I mean, I agree with that, but like what you said, Jerry Jones wants to be that guy that people go to and they're like, I want an extension. Jerry Jones is like, I'm the owner.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to me.
It's just not how it works anymore. Like if we're bad this season, I think I don't know, you do what you can to get more draft picks without selling. Because I think
I mean, I don't want them to tank games. I want them to
no,
lose because they lost.
yeah, I agree. I don't like taking, but if you lose, you have to do what's best for you. You can't act like, oh, we're still a good team.
Yeah.
So I think we have I think we have a developing offensive line. Javonte Williams is better than I thought. I still wouldn't mind getting another running back. We have, I mean, if Pickett sticks around, we'll see. But either way, we have one of the best wide receivers in CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott's not supposed to be a bad QB. Just get him a therapist or something. I don't know. I know I'm sure he has a therapist, but like, I don't know why he's so not confident to throw down the field or to make the big plays.
Yeah, because I'd say any other owner or coach would be like, yeah, I'm sorry, you're a pretty good quarterback, but you haven't been good these last few years. We're gonna go a different direction.
Yeah. And so we pay Dak another extension every 2 years. It's like, whoa, why? Legitimately, why?
Yeah, that's like whenever like I know you said you don't care about how they, like you don't really think that it was that bad move to get rid of Michael Parsons, but I thought it was like be like you didn't want to pay him, but then you paid Deron Bland's extension.
Yeah.
And Deron Bland came off an injury and he's already hurt.
Yeah.
Like it's like those decisions.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't extend a player who was hurt.
Yeah.
I think that they gotta at least prove why they want to have the extension.
I agree. I agree with that. But I think you got to blow up the defense, honestly. I think you got to blow up the defense. I genuinely, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Hopefully, Bland and Diggs return to form.
Yeah.
Hooker's been decent, but other than that, like who's salvageable on the defense? Like if we want to have a player like a Super Bowl caliber defense, Osa Digizua. Nealon's had a decent season so far. I think you got to blow up the defense. Yeah, I think you trade names and contracts. Honestly, if we do bad enough, trade away Kenny Clark. We need to refill this defense, or spend big in free agency with the money that Parsons wanted to get paid. Genuinely, like we need to do one of the two this offseason.
Yeah.
Unless, we go on some miraculous run. Eberflus turns into a defensive savant and we end up making the playoffs somehow. And our offense does what they're supposed to do. Because I still think we have the pieces on offense to be top 3 offense this season. And if that happens, then we're probably not in a situation where you just blow up the defense. But I still think you use the picks that you do have right now, 2 first-round picks. Maybe try to get another one with last year's or with some second rounders, and you get some quality defensive players that can start right away, or trade up and get a generation. I don't know anything about the draft class that's coming up. If we want to be competitors next season, which is what Jerry Jones always wants to do, you got to spend big on the defense. I think our offensive line is honestly good enough. It's young, but they're doing decent. They're only going to get better. Our offensive coordinator is an offensive line coach, so he's great to develop them. You got to blow up the defense, I think. If our offense is that good this year, then keep Clark and Osa and the players on our line that are playing well, if Bland or Diggs or if Ravel comes, I mean Ravel's staying either way, but if Bland or Diggs, I mean if Bland doesn't have a good season, he's not going anywhere anyways. 'Cause no one's gonna trade after that extension.
Yeah.
But if Diggs has a bad season, I'm fine with losing him. And Hooker, and you need to refill with a new batch. You just need to get new faces in there and just different players. And I would be saying the same thing if we still had Parsons, because I was growing tired of Parsons. It's like, oh yeah, we have that defensive presence on the line, but like, I don't know. I never felt like I don't know. Maybe I just couldn't see it, but I never felt like because all the rest of our defense wasn't good enough for him to matter all that much.
He probably took some attention away from the other players.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like how he was always complaining to the refs that he was always being held in double team.
Yeah.
To be looking at that also opened up Odigizua, Fowler, because they were always good next to Parsons.
Yeah.
So maybe that maybe because Parsons isn't there, the attention is more of the offensive line, and I think now that they don't have any linebackers, they don't have any, or good ones at least, to even blitz.
Yeah.
Which is always why the middle's wide open, and why the Bears had so many open,
but
wide
that
open
wouldn't
receivers.
be that big of an issue. We had a good linebacker.
Oh yeah,
which maybe
but they don't.
Hopefully, what's his name? Clowney.
Yeah.
Can fill that space.
Yeah, and it's not just gonna be one player that'll make the difference.
Yeah.
They gotta get more people, but hopefully he is the start of a good linebacker.
Which, yeah, again, I mean, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like in sports, anything can happen.
I don't know what a cap situation looks like for the Cowboys, actually.
I don't know either.
But, like, again, if we do have a top 3 offense, really, it has to be at least top 5 for me to say, yeah, re-sign Pickens.
Yeah.
But if we are there, we re-sign Pickens. And then it's just defense. Or I guess Javonte Williams is on a 1 year too, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think so far he's definitely earning his.
So far, yeah, but we'll see.
No, but yeah, if the offense does do good, so far he's showing that
he's part of the reason. Yeah. Right now he's like the best part of the offense, so it wouldn't be crazy to re-sign him, but yeah. I'm already thinking next year, guys. But yeah, if we have a top 5, top 3 offense, then you have Williams and Pickens to resign, and that's about it. Pretty sure most of every other piece has half of our lines on their rookie contracts. I don't know about Turpin signed an extension last offseason, right?
I think so.
So, yeah, we have, like, our offense is set for the most part. So if it does play to what I think it can be, then you are in the position to, hey, let's be a freaking playoff contender next year.
Yeah.
Just reset the defense. We'll see. I don't know. They're going to end up trading for a starting pitcher. I'm still mad about that. I don't know why we traded for Kelly, dude. We need to trade for a backup quarterback for whatever reason. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's what I got. I'm in pain.
I think that's all I got too.
And if you want our prediction for our Packers game, and we've been good at those, you want that.
I think.
No, save it for the podcast.
Oh,
if you want our prediction for the Packers game, check out the podcast on Friday. I think that's all we got for you guys. Hopefully, if you're a Cowboys fan, we helped put some of your feelings into words. And if you're not a Cowboys fan, I don't know. Why are you
if
here?
you're not a Cowboys fan, you're having the time of your life right now.
Yeah, or what are you even doing here?
It's because non-Cowboy fans know more about the Cowboys than actual Cowboy fans.
For real, dude. We'll get into that. That's not a discussion I want to have on camera. But thanks for watching. If you liked it, like, share, and subscribe. Follow us here on YouTube. Subscribe. That's what I just said. And
We'll
follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks for watching.
See you next video.
Yeah, see you next video.